What's going on, everyone? Happy Monday, Monday. Happy Monday, guys. Oops, I am in the lovely. Hold on, let's get that readjusted. Welcome to the Monday Night Family Show. Remind you guys to like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to see how the internet is working here at a hotel. Hey, Tracy, what's going on? Michael Peebler, what is going on? Another Monday night show. Reminder, guys, this show always works best when you participate. So don't be shy. Participate. Hopefully you can hear me. Okay. This is a pretty busy week this week. So, hey, it's going to be a busy week. I'm glad you guys are with us here tonight. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it on, but I am. I'm on. And, yeah. Oh, we got people tuned in. Hey, Tracy, how are you? Mike Green, oh, what's going on? Howdy, you all. Don't say howdy to me. It's howdy to you. Sounds good. Okay, that's good. Heather Green. Hey, Heather, how are you? So, as you know, this weekend in New Jersey, we have the Perth Amboys auction, our first time doing a live event in the U.S. So we are going to be there this weekend. So if you'd like to have a sampling of some of our breeders, I highly recommend you come on out this weekend. I think you will enjoy it. You get to see the different birds from the different breeders. It's 2 birds roughly from each. Internet is good. Audio is good. Thank you. Hey, Mark Carnell, how's it going? So yeah, if you are interested and you're not doing anything this weekend, and you know, if it's like a 15-hour drive, you can do it. If it's an 8-hour drive, you can do it. Get on a flight, you can do it. Checked out flights flying into Trenton, New Jersey. They were like $150 a flight. So there's no excuse why you can't make it. Broadcast, okay, yeah. I don't understand why these people ask me these questions. No, it was like an alert thing. I don't get it. But anyways, yeah. So come on out. You can handle the pigeons. You can take a look. And you can see for yourselves, because what you see is what you get, right? Don't take my word for it. You come and handle the pigeons. Seeing is believing, as I always say. Mike Green, East Coast, too far for me. Never too far. Never too far. It's a little far, but hey, when you get a sampling of birds like that, it's great. Again, we'll be in New Jersey twice. Once here the weekend of the 17th of November and the December 9th. And on the December 9th weekend, we have Emil Denny's and Annemie Van Heen. Also, I can't forget Geert and Leandra Munich. And all these breeders that I just mentioned now, they have 2 birds in this Perth Amboys auction here now. Quality of the pigeons is great. I had a really good trip in Europe. It was a lot of fun. Always learning. Always lots of new doors opening, which is great. Always makes it nice for me to give me different options. Always nice to have different options in your life, isn't it? Options are good. Back in the saddle. Yes, I am back in the saddle. I took a couple days off. The last day I was with the Normans. So every time I get to the Normans, we always talk about doing a live, and we get we were talking business and talking pigeons and talking family and health and all kinds of stuff. So we didn't get into doing a live, but I will do one with them the next time I'm there. It's okay. They're always good for a live. But yeah, it was a pretty good, fun trip. Again, learning a lot, meeting a lot of people. Again, expanding for new breeders every year. Again, we have, sometimes you see, oh, you always have the same breeders. Actually, we bring in new breeders every year. We like to bring in at least, I would say about 30% some new breeders. What's going on, Ryan? Not much, Will. Not too much. I'm a taxi. Good to see you, Ryan. Yes, it's good to see you. But yeah, we're getting ready for New Jersey. I'm building the show cages, the platforms where the birds sit in. Want to make sure the birds look good when they're on display. Again, first impressions mean everything. So you want the birds to look good. You want the birds to feel good. I handled the birds when I got back. Birds have real good bodies on them. That's good to put a little extra weight on them because they are going to travel. So I like them to be a little thicker per se, because a few days of transporting in baskets, they normally will lose a bit of that extra weight. It's like getting ready to race them for a long distance, you know. Better to thicken them up here a little bit. There's our friend Alfred from Van Zoren. Hey, how's it going, Alfred? Hopefully you are doing good. I wasn't able to get back to you, but I will. I will. I'll be back before you know it. Be back sometime in January or February. I'll be back. Again, our Pigeon Boss Tour. We've got 2 spots left for that, so that's good. But guys, the floor's open tonight. I don't know what. I don't really have much to say tonight. I kind of had a long couple days here of construction and organizing and getting things going. So kind of a bit of a quiet night tonight. Chris DeBecker. Yeah, Chris was a good live. Very good live. He's a guy you can go live with. Shit, I could go live with him for a few hours. A lot of good information. Good pigeon man and easy to talk to. A lot of good pigeon common sense, which I like. I find most of these guys, most of the breeders that we represent, men or women, they have a lot of simple common sense, which is easy. It's nice to see. Like I say, when you talk to pigeon flyers there at a high level, it's a different conversation than here. It's just they just talk different things. It's actually real. They have real strategy, which is, you know, it's not about just training young birds hard. It's because they fly the old birds. They fly different systems. It's quite neat. Did you ever go see the bird robbers? No. I didn't go see the bird robbers. I'm not worried about that. Let her go. Not me dealing with it. What was my favorite thing from the trip? My favorite thing from the trip. Ooh, boy. Maybe everything off the camera. No, I had lots of good food. Food was always good. I think sometimes, again, the stuff off the camera maybe is your most fun stuff. Yeah. I went to the jam place. That was good. Got some more jam. What else? I don't know. It's all good. I think I liked going to the auction. I liked watching Dirk Leekins do his auctioning. I thought he was a good auctioneer. I like how calm he was. I gotta try to remember to stay calm. I'm in the U.S. Yeah, in the U.S. Yes. Are you going to run a one-loft race this year? Oh boy, that's a good question. That is a really good question. Well, what do you think? Should I run one or should I not run one? In the season, no, Mike. I didn't. I didn't hear anybody complaining about it this year. Last year it was, but not this year. Yeah, that's exactly what I say, Mike. It's completely different, and you know it's really nice watching people play with the old birds. It's a you know it's something that here, well now for sure in North America, old birds is almost it's like it's a waste. Uh, it's not a waste, but it's not. Everyone's so gung ho about young birds that they miss the beauty of yearlings and old birds and learning how to work your team, work that kind of team. But I get it. I think people in general, but I think people in North America, there's such a time crunch that they can't put the time in to do it. I mean, you can see these pigeon houses or pigeon lofts, pigeon families. They eat, sleep, and raise pigeons. It's pigeons, pigeons. It's pigeons. That's all it is. I mean, it's not all it is, but that's the hobby. That's the game. Their significant other lets them do what they want, and they do it. And sometimes they help, and it's hardcore focus, and they want to do well. Even not as much focus in young birds, but as in yearlings and 2-year-olds, you really see there's a level. It's quite interesting, actually. Welcome, yes, welcome. Thanks, nice to hear. Yeah, Old Birds tells a story about a loft. Well, if I enjoy running, well, I always enjoy flying pigeons. It's always fun. Yeah, I'd like to. Oh, you need the tonic. Everyone needs something. Sure, I will get the tonic. I will order you some tonic. The Eco Tonic, yeah, it's pretty good stuff. I can get you some. Mark, so just be patient. I will pick you some up. Yeah, Old Birds, I think, tells a story. I think you always think so many people, they play only young birds and they get rid of all these good pigeons. I can only imagine. But hey, in North America, they're judging, people are judging whole family trees off of One-loft racing, which if the North Americans keep doing this for another 15 years, that's what it'll be. You're looking at birds that they're one and dones. But hey, all the power to people and what they look at. So just different ways of looking at it. Same like in China, they only fly young birds. Can you imagine how many super pigeons they're getting rid of? Like super. There's been bird flu in Alfred's area since last night. Oh shit. Not another year of bird flu, eh, Alfred? Bird flu. It's the most nonsensical thing I've ever heard of. I'm sure it's out there. I'm sure it's been around for a million years, and it's going to be around forever, and I don't know. Oh, I love getting slivers in your hands. Don't you like that? My hands are too soft. But yeah, I'm working on just finished off the show cages, so they'll be ready for the display at Perth Amboys. Funny, I think the last time I was there for an auction was when I was 19. Oh, well, that is good. That's good. If you want to watch that, you can. I've been there, so and I don't have any birds, so I'm not going to watch. But if you want to watch that, go ahead. No, nice breeding in 2 weeks. Nice breeding in 2 weeks. Different way of doing OLRs as well. Bang up job on your end. Yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe if I do one this year, I'm going to run it a little bit differently. Again, I've been thinking of ideas, and there's always things you have to think about. But yeah, probably. Again, it gets a little taxing. It does. I think I don't know what the most stressful part is. I always ask myself, what's the most stressful part about running a one-loft race? Are people going to enter? You get stressed about that. Then you get stressed about when you put it all together. Does it make sense? Then you get stressed about. I don't know. It is a stressful thing. But hey, if I do put it up together, I'll probably have something out by Christmas time. So. I don't know. First toss, yeah. First toss, you're always. I like it better. Yeah, first tosses can be that way. I don't know if it's maybe it's not your first toss. I think it's when you step them out. Maybe you get a little bit shaky, a little bit. Nope, no, nothing. I don't have any. Nope. I'll be back again. Ah, well. I'm not saying I'm not going to do one. I want to do one. Again, I have to put something on paper and figure out. Well, I've had some ideas of thinking something that I was thinking. Uh, One of my favorite races was the Triple Crown in San Diego, and I thought maybe doing something like that. Again, I think here in Canada, I think running the 7 or 8 or 9 week races, those are great, but it's real taxing. It's a lot of work, and I'm getting held to a standard. A lot of races don't do it, so I'm thinking to doing something fun, something still super challenging. Yeah, we try and keep it relaxed. What can you do? You have to keep it relaxed. 1 point, 2 points, 3 points. There you go. You get it, Mike. Yeah, kind of do it like that, like the Triple Crown. I thought that was a really good race. I thought it was well done. Mike, you remember it. And that race there, what I liked about it was 3 races in 1 week. So you had your 100 miles, you had your 200 miles, and you had your 300 miles. And that race was that race was challenging. I was in it. I finished it once. I was in the prize money multiple years, but never prize money at the final race. That was the toughest. An optional 400. Yeah, I gotta have an option. Well, always remember before you get to the optional 400, you gotta get the birds home. But I kind of like that, and what I like about it is we do so much live showing that I think it adds a finale. I think, like I say, when I watch people, for instance, people are interested in interested in young birds. They're not interested in old birds. Okay, most people in North America, and that's our market right now. So if you look at my one-loft race, if I race 8 weeks of racing, yes, it's like a race course, a race season. But by the time I'm done my training, if I do the videos, by the time we get to the races, everyone's tired. So what I would think is we do train. Like and the other thing is, you know, people say, well, just don't do the shows. The problem is if you don't do the show, then you'll always get questioned, well, is he doing any work? What is he doing? What is he this? What is he that? I like the shows, but I would like it to be shorter. I'd like to still test the pigeons and work them hard, work them respectfully, but have it all done in 5 or 6 weeks tops. So from training to the race, done, finished. And I know Ron Steinbrenner, he did that race, and it was good. It was interesting. It was tough. A lot of birds could do the 100. Birds could do the 200, but once you cracked them on the 7th day to 300, it was just a total different horse. Again, it just shows pigeons that bounce back and how it all works. No, Yeah, and I like to show the birds being trained. I think it it gets people following along. And as I always say, you can see the train wreck from where it happens. Uh, I'll show you from start to finish where we're having the problems. This year, even before we started training, I knew this wasn't going to be the group from the last year. They didn't fly right. They didn't act right. Maybe it's my fault. Maybe it was the year. Maybe it was the birds. Maybe there's a whole lot of things. Short intake window is the key to setting up. Yeah, I if I do it this year, it will be probably the last week of April and the first week of May. 500 in 1 week for youngsters is tough. Yes, it is tough, but I promise you, pigeons that do finish that, they will breed for you as well. Uh, I think I got bit by a bee or something today. 500 miles, yes. And if it is actually 500, which it would be your 100 miles. And I'm not going 113. I'll go to the 100-mile mark, then the 200-mile mark, and then the 300-mile mark. Because, again, you want to be somewhat fair. And, again, everything is picked out in ahead of time. So you know what the week is. If you want to come and watch, you can. Long-lasting illnesses. Yeah. The problem is people don't have birds ready. It's a little bit of a it's tricky. It's tricky. But I definitely think that shorter intake is good. And the reason why I like the end of April to the first week of May, in that 10-day window, it gives everybody 2 weekends to bring them. So you bring them Saturday, Sunday, it's done. Okay. Well, basically, it's a week of bringing them in. you know, and I do like getting the birds all in. I like starting it and getting it going. I think long intakes, it's long. It's long. You get the group looking good, and then new birds come in. Let's get all the disease at once. Uh, I did get some products for this year, some products from Europe that I will use, which I got to thank. I'm not going to thank the people yet, but I will give them a thanks for helping me out with some stuff. But yeah, then I have to figure out, like the Triple Crown, they had activations at each race. Or do you want to do all the activation up front? What the perch fee is going to be? All those things. Because again, everything has to be, accounted for. The two lofts, and just kind of go from there. But yeah, there is a fair bit of planning. Hey, Mike Parrish. But I'm actually surprised. All the one-loft races that have been done, nobody went back to the Triple Crown of Ron Steinbrenner. And it was my favorite. I didn't want to do it. I didn't really want to do it because I didn't want to copy him, but nobody's done it, and I like it. I think it's great. It's a little bit of a niche race, but it's tough. And I think it could be done good. Tricky though. 7 days to get her done. So how would that work? You could race. You race Sunday. They're off Monday. You race Tuesday. They're off Wednesday, Thursday. Ship Friday. Race Saturday. There's your 7 days. So for people that want to come and watch, you can come for it. Again, there's not a far hotel. Again, I haven't decided if that's what I'm going to do, but that's sort of what I thought in my brain. Again, tonight I don't really have a lot of topics. I'm just talking pigeons, really. Tricky Ricky, yeah. I don't know about Tricky Ricky, but yeah, just an idea, really. I don't know what people would think of that kind of setup. And again, what size team to make it? Do you make a 10-bird team? Do you make a 5-bird team? Um, you know, you got to make something up front. You got to figure that all out as well. But I think if I do race, I will race again, maybe the last week of September. I'd like that. Me and Heather would come and watch. Oh well, I hope you would, Mike. Hey, are we considered in the northeast course, northeast coast? Everyone's always welcome, and that's why I say, even if you've watched us for 5 years with our auctions, I can't say any more than if you can get to New Jersey, get there and check it out to any of the events because you see the quality of the pigeons. You know, I had a gentleman the other day, he called me about the Yost Goosen pigeon. The Yost Goosen from that's at Perth Amboys now. I think it's the son of Hercules. I can't remember. I went and picked him out of the loft today. I looked at him. I went, "Wow, holy shit! What a beast this is." Not a bad place to hang out. No, we try. We try to make it fun. Our race this year. Hopefully, I get. Hopefully this year I can get more birds so people don't want to come after you and kill you. But hey, every year's different. Again, whenever we try this or start up with this, you never want to have a bad year. That's not the goal. If you have one, don't quit. Just keep going. Push through. I think that's the only thing you can do. There's no sense in getting upset or bent out of shape or anything like that. And again, even when you're watching, I say to people, if you watch our race and you come to our race, you know what you're getting. We're going to go out and give it our best. You might not like everything we do. You might not like anything we do, but you know what you're going to get. Was the pioneer of one-loft racing. It, yeah, it was. And I was actually happy. I participated in it, and I was happy that I did well. There's nothing more fun than watching the first drop and how that happened. Yeah, they have. I would say over 100 in that. Well, in that area, yeah, there'll be well over 100 guys. So hopefully the people come out. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember, Tracy, but you've done a good job giving out the swag. Thank you. Yeah, good job, Brian. I seen that there. You were 18th. They did almost 2,000 miles on the wing. Had a money winner at 100 and 325. Hey, good job. Good job, Brian. Every year is a different year. It's amazing. You can send birds to one race and score, and I think that's the worst. I think the worst is when you send birds to different races, and the first race you score and you're feeling great, and then the next race you suck, and then the next race you suck, and then the next race you suck. I've had that happen. Mike Green still has some swag coming. Yes, I know I owe you. I think it's a hoodie, Mike. I got to remember what it is. I got to think back. Claude Grothgieser had the only bird at the first drop at 100 miles. Yeah, he won a load of money. Yeah, I remember that. I wasn't there, but when I got there, uh, that was some years. They said, "Oh, you're from Canada. You know Claude?" And I said, "Yeah." And they said Claude ruined the room, like ruined the race. Not ruined it, but ruined the 100 miles. He had taken all the money. I think he won like $60,000 or something. Because that race, they pay the first drop. So at the 100 miles, they pay the first drop. So let's say on the first drop, see, how did it work? You send your birds, you pay the perch fee. Okay. When the birds get to the 100-mile race, you pay $300 to activate. That's how that was. So all the money comes in. A percentage of that goes to the first race. So the first race, birds come. Let's say the first drop, there's 10 birds on that drop. They split, I don't know, $40,000. And he had the only bird on the drop, and he took like a pile out. And then the next race, a few days later, you pay $200 to enter the pigeon in. The birds all go, and they pay the first drop. I can't remember if they paid the first drop and the second, or just the first. I think it's just the first drop. And they get points. And they add up the points, and then there's like a super bird at the end. I got to go back and think about it. Mike, you probably have all the rules. You have the rules somewhere there. I got a vague idea of how it works. And if you got points in each of the races, they collected the points, and you got a bonus point. And they always said to win the thing, you needed to get on the first drop at the 100 miles so you could get the bonus point. That was the trick. A hoodie and a t-shirt. There you go, Mike. Yeah, that's right. I got you the Feathers Elite hoodie. I got it. That's right. I got it. So, and Tracy, I think I got to give them to you. I got to give you a Feathers Elite hoodie. Like the one that I normally wear. It's over there. Let me grab it. Hold on. Oh, I look like a bum. Forget it. I won't get up. You know what I'm talking about. Well, it's right there. Hold on. Let me reach over here. Hold on. Oh. My back is real stiff today. I think this was the one, Mike, right? Was that the one? Yeah. Premier League. Saw a video yesterday on Joe Namelka. He had 7 times first money winners. Does not send a lot out. No, and it's so funny. Joe Namelka, I watched his results, and again, he's small lot. He sends small groups out, not a lot of birds. And he was using a lot of the pigeons from Joost Goosen. And I had watched that FIPA vest or jacket. Yes, okay, let me look at that. Yeah, that's the one. I remember, Mike. And I went to Joost Goosen. I liked the pigeons. I knew they were already winning in the U.S. with Joe Namelka. So I put 2 and 2 together. But it's funny, he doesn't play in one-loft races, but his birds do well. So, you know, I think if you go out and get good pigeons, good lines, and the quality of the birds are good, put them out to those races, you got a lot of guys beat. I mean, I don't know. Like, if you take a look at, for instance, let's just take Van Zuren, okay? If his Olympic Henny, if you got a direct son or daughter from Olympic Henny, and you're breeding off those children from Olympic Henny, and you're sending them out, okay? Think about it. To be an all-around Olympiad champion of the Netherlands, that's super hard. That means this pigeon has a lot of shit in its head that's good. It's got good heart. It can do all the different wins. It can compete against thousands of pigeons. Now, if you're breeding out of a pigeon like that, a child from that pigeon, and you're playing against a guy like me, okay? I'll say me, for instance. I have pigeons from 20 years ago, Staffan Reed pigeons. They're not the most up-to-date pigeons. You know, I've been playing against 500 birds or 1,000 birds in my area. The competition isn't that hard, or the competition isn't as big. I think when you're breeding from these super pigeons, You know, hey, I'll throw another one out there. The top in the top 34 pigeons in this year's Upper Canada one-loft race, the one that the Canadian one. In the top 34 pigeons from one breeder had 5 in the top 34 in prize money, plus the ace pigeon. None of them were from one-loft breeders. None of them. We had a Willie Daniels. We had Patrick Brooks. We had Anime Van He. Willie Daniels, no one-loft racing. Patrick Brooks, really no one-loft racing. Van He, yes, it's modern, but only her own blood. So, and the other two was P&D Stud, and let me think who the last one was. I can't remember. YouTube. Mike, what was Mike Vanderyak? What was that? I'm not sure what that is. Think quality raises to the top. Yes, but I will always say, listen. If okay, this is another thing. If you are like Mike Green, I'm going to use Mike Green because he won our race, or like Ian Sybil, he's won our race, or like Frank Eichhorn. If you send birds to a one-loft race, okay, and you watch the race, you look at the numbers, you look at how the race is run, you look at how your bird competes, and you're honest in your mind. You say, hey, this pigeon I think has done really, really well. Bang. And you bring it back. I think that's great. Now, if you're following the race, maybe you see Brian Mansker had a super bird in there, and you're interested because you followed the race for the season, and you want to bring one bird in, go for it. Fine. Don't break the bank on it. I wouldn't. I wouldn't at all. Link of the Triple Crown, 100 miles. Yeah, there you go. That's what I would do. I would bring my own birds back. And hey, maybe if I was friends with somebody, I would do some breeding that way. I wouldn't invest in for instance, if I won the Pattaya, maybe not the Pattaya, whatever. I wouldn't bring the bird back. I would let it go. Because I'm not going to spend all that money to buy it back. For what? No. If I get the bird back for free, I will bring the bird back. No problem. Joe was a guest speaker for the IF. Watched it today. Oh. Good. It's good. Hey, I always say knowledge is power. So pick up what you can learn. But when people say, I want to go out and win one-loft races, I'll tell you, go and get the best pigeons you can get. Don't worry about if they're one-lofts. You go and get the best ones. Go get the best ones, breed them, send them, work with them yourself and send them out, and you'll see. I think saying I'm going to go out and buy the ace pigeon here and the ace pigeon there and the first prize winner there and that, I don't think it's going to do it for you. But if you buy good pigeons, you bring them home, you work them, you get results in a one-loft, you bring them back, put them back into your birds, right? You're going to get success. Dave, what's up from Nebraska? The best ones fly well in many lofts. Yeah, and it's good pigeons are good pigeons. Good families. They're you take a look at It was funny when I was with Alfred the first day, and I use Alfred because he's probably on. And we're having dinner, and Alfred says to me, "Oh yeah, I got this report. Some ace pigeon in the UK. His bird. Okay, this bird can win there. This bird winning in Canada. This bird wins in the US. This bird winning 500 miles here in Canada. But they're a good family of pigeons, and they're finding the way. And again, you got to get to the right handlers. You got to get into the right race. You got to have a bit of luck. All those things play out. But when everything lines up, you're playing with loaded guns then. Buy the best that you can afford. And that's right. I watch people buy $300 pigeon. I'm using it as a number, just 300, 500. Okay, 500. $500 pigeon. They buy a $500 pigeon with very minimal results. Or let's not use 500. Let's use 300. $300 pigeon, minimal results. And they'll buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They buy 10 of them. They spent $3,000 on 10. Okay. I would sooner buy 1 or 2 pigeons for $3,000 of a higher level. Now, that's how I'm thinking. I've tried it multiple ways. And I always say, hey, sometimes less is more. Do I want 10 pigeons? Or I want something this is what it is. Good evening, Henry. How are you? And it doesn't mean when you buy the 10 for $3,000 that you're going to get a good one. Nope. And it doesn't mean the one that you buy for $3,000 is going to be a good one. But you've got to do your homework. You have to do your searching. You have to look at it. Hey, I'm not going to lie to you. When I was at the Golden 10, I was excited to handle Armando. Okay? Now, reminder, I was at Nicolas Dubillard's place, and he had the double ace. And he had a full brother of double ace. And I handled double ace's full brother. I handled, I think, a full sister. I handled half brothers, half sisters. They were super nice in the hands. Wow, they were nice. And remember, double ace, that was, I believe the bird's name is double ace. That pigeon was second best to Armando that year. That was the second best pigeon. But again, does anybody ever remember the second best pigeons? No. So I handled this family. Okay. And then I went to Golden 10, and I said, okay, I want to handle Kair's direct child from Armando. Now, I knew this was going to be the most expensive pigeon in the sale, and I was expected to be blown away. If I had the $80,000, I wasn't buying that pigeon. I don't care the pedigree on it. It wasn't an $80,000 pigeon. A little bit young. The development already wasn't there, and it wasn't my favorite. Cost does not equal quality. Do your research. Acquire the best pigeons that you can find and what's available. But when I don't, I'm seeing what Alfred's saying. When I handle Olympic Henny, she was perfect in your hand. She was a ball of muscles, short, compact, nice, tight forearm. She had strong vent bones. Her vent bones were the size of my thumbs. They're always a bit open. But that was in that's in her build. But she's a perfect pigeon. When you go to spend the money, right? And you say, okay, I'm going to go buy an $80,000 pigeon. It didn't feel like that to me. I couldn't I wouldn't want to buy that pigeon and bring it home. I didn't like it. I was pumped up to see something great, and it wasn't what it was. And if your feeling is not the same way, don't buy it. I had a gentleman. He was bidding on pigeons from one of our breeders, and he had great success with a pigeon he had previously purchased. So he's in the auction and he's doing a phone bid, and he is pumped. He is pumped on this lot. This lot, I got to buy lot number, let's say it's 6. I got to buy lot 6. Lot 6, lot 6. Okay. And lot 6 is going up and 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 going up. And he says, "Oh, I like lot number 3 as well." I said, "Okay. Would you like to bid on 3? Yes. Put a bid on 3. He says, "I kind of like 3. 3's not my favorite, but I kind of like 3. Okay. So he's bidding on both these lots. And the one lot is just climbing like a machine. And the other lot, it's going up, 800, 900, 1,000. The other one's going up, 2,500, 2,600. It's going, 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 going. And it gets to the point with the lot that he wants, it goes to 3,500. And he says, "Nope. Nope. I'm done." The other lot, now he has. And he says to me at this point, he's on the phone, he's got the other one at a $1,500. And he says, "I like this one, but it's not the one I really want." The auction closes. He gets the one that he doesn't really want. Still nice, but it's not the one that he wanted. And I could hear in his voice he's upset. And I says, "Listen, could you afford the other one?" "Yeah, probably." "You should have went for the one you really wanted." If you don't have a good feeling, sometimes it can hurt you. Super handling pigeons, super eyes, etc., do not always race to make the best pigeons. And I agree with you. Premier, I agree with you 100%. But when you are putting your knowledge together, right? Putting your knowledge together, and you go and you handle, let's say, a family of pigeons, you're expecting a certain way, right? You handle this one, and it wasn't. I can't say that I handled any pigeons from Armando before. I've never handled them. It could have been that one off. Okay, fine. That just wasn't the pigeon for me. Again, the Dirk Vandenbalk pigeons, not the Dirk, the Flanders collection. I went there to handle the 2 old cocks. The one from 2017, he was so nice. Oh my God. But the other one on the second day, he was a big, heavy chicken. I just couldn't buy him. I wanted it to a certain type in my brain, what I like, what I think will work. You got to like what you're purchasing. For the money you can buy. Yeah, and I would rather, I would rather, but you're doing your research. And I think sometimes when you get to those auctions like the Golden 10 or whatever, if you don't have someone there that'll handle the pigeon for you that you can trust, I would watch it because there's a lot of money going down and a lot of birds are super high. You consider spending $80,000 on a pigeon? That's a good question. That's a good question. I mean, Alfred sold some super expensive pigeons. I don't know. I wonder. That's a good question. Let's see what Mike writes back or what Alfred writes back. But if you don't like the look of the bird, you usually will always find a fault with it. Yeah, you got to like what you're purchasing. You got to like the feel, the build, the pedigree. You should like it, you know? And when you're buying it in positivity, then That's great. Then I think you're going to get a better success. You know, it's like going to a restaurant that you don't like the name of. Normally, you don't have a good time, or you're kind of like, uh, anyone that would spend 80,000 on a pigeon is either looking to make money selling youngsters, or wants to win a diploma much more than I do. Uh, I don't know. Why do people spend that money on them? For what reasons? That's a good question. But I mean, what's too much money? Is 100 too much? Is 10,000 too much? Is a million too much? I don't know. It's the world's a big place. People can make up their minds on what they want to spend on their hobby, right? Ego. Yeah, I don't know. The Golden 10 were wild, yeah. And again, you can see at the Golden 10, uh, I think some of the best pigeons were the really lower priced ones. Handling from what I handled, there was a pigeon that Guy sold. It was absolutely incredible. I think it went for like 4,000. It was affordable. Anything in that fifth, I'll say 2,000 to 5,000 euro range. I think that was fair. I don't think those were off the top rope in an auction, but I mean there were some birds. Again, I handled some birds there that went for 25,000. I was just like, why? But it's the pedigree. It's what people want. And again, when people are bidding on the phone, okay, when you're bidding on the phone and you haven't handled it, or maybe you don't handle pigeons, then you like it. Or they are Mike Tyson. Yeah, you never know. The Chinese pay a lot for pigeons, and they pay for millions. They play for millions. They play for a different. It's different, all right. And the Chinese, the Japanese, the Taiwanese, the people from uh, Dubai and Qatar, they're playing big money racing, man. But China, that's big money, big money. If you have that kind of money, you want those pigeons, you can buy them. Rumor is Tyson's at the Pioneer. Yeah, you never know. Hey, maybe he'll be at Perth Amboys. I don't know. I'd love to actually interview him. I was thinking I'd like to see Mike Tyson knock out Tyson Fury. I don't know why, but I could see him making a comeback and just crushing him. I like Mike Tyson. I think Mike Tyson now. I like him. When I hear him talk, I like him. Took I didn't. I like his personality. I can see something in him that's good. Man, he's explosive. Shit. I very much doubt that Mike Tyson would spend 80,000 on a pigeon. And he was sold for a lot of money, but they buy them plenty to be able to say they have an Olympiad pigeon. Yes, that's right. And I think it's another thing saying okay, let's say you have $20 million. We're just gonna go with that number. No, fuck it. No, that's too much. Let's say we have $2 million. And you want to have an Olympic pigeon, or you want to have 12 pigeons in your loft. Kind of a rich guy, you want 12 pigeons in your loft. You want to have 12 super pigeons. You can buy one Olympic bird. You can buy one loft winning bird. You can buy one this, one that. You can put easy $500,000, $1 million just in a few pigeons and say, oh, look at this. Look at my collection. And that's, you have a few $1,000,000 and you want to play like that, you can do that. Tyson just went to Poland and bought 100 pigeons, 100 rollers. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't think he's really into race birds. I think he's into. I think he likes to just be calm. I don't think everything has to be competitive with him. But Campbell strains back in the day, Dream Boy, to the Chinese for over $1 million. Yeah, a lot of visits, lofts in China and other Asia lofts. These buyers are collectors. Yeah, and that's the other thing, collectors. I think it's like a prestige thing. It's like those stupid trading cards, like the Pokemon cards. There's people buying cards for $1 million or 200,000 or 50,000 for little cards. Prestige, man. You're showing it off, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's their hobby. Their hobby is these pigeons. Even if they don't race, if they own them and they have them, it's like, I own Armando. I'm using that as an example. And that's why you see these birds. They go to China, it's gone. You never hear about it again. Adios, finished. It's like you kind of think. Let's use, for instance, Olympic Henny. We're going to use her again. So she's an Olympiad pigeon. Would Alfred rather have the bird sold to China and never heard about it again? Or would you rather have it sold to, let's say, Germany, the UK, Belgium, someone else in Holland, and then you hear the results from her? I kind of would like to hear the results. Yeah, that's the other thing. Look at that. Take a look at that right there. Couldn't handle a pigeon. And that's the other thing. When you see people at that golden tent and they're the phone bidders, I was there. I was watching them. They got the camera in the room where the birds are, and they will tap you on the shoulder and say, "Can you go handle that pigeon?" You handle it for them and you show them. But if you give it to them, no, they don't want to handle it. Some know how to handle, some don't. But do they know what they're looking at? Do they, I don't know. Yes. See, and I think Alfred is right. When the bird goes to Dubai, does he hear about it again? When it goes to China, do you hear about it again? If it goes in your area or in a, I'm not going to say a normal country, but in a, you know what I mean. At least you figure out then, or you find out, you're closer to the pigeon, which I think is good. But I mean, hey, if somebody from Dubai or China or Zimbabwe wants to spend 100,000, 200,000, gotta go. And I don't knock Alfred or I don't knock anyone that sells them. If someone wants it and you're confident in what you have, sell it. Go ahead. It's okay. And I can say, knowing Alfred, I haven't been to his place ever where he is worried about what he has. He doesn't complain. He doesn't say, "Oh, I wish I didn't do that. I wish." No. He's positive. He's happy. He knows the birds he has. I'm gonna go win another one with these pigeons. I like the confidence, and that's another thing. If you feel I don't want to sell that bird, don't sell the bird. Yeah, and that's another thing. If they have millions of dollars, or if they have only pennies, and they go out and they enjoy their pigeons and they like looking at them and whatever, that's on them. They earn their money however they do it. They can spend it as they want, and I'm not here to knock them at all. Buy them, but I'm saying when you're going to buy a pigeon, the way I am, and maybe Premier's the same, maybe Alfred's the same, maybe David Tracy's the same, or maybe everyone's different. We look at different things. I sold them with a smile, and that's confidence. No, it was Chris Peeman who owned Dream Boy. It was Chris Peeman. That's right, Mike. Now that I remember, it was Chris Peeman who owned it. No, Ricky didn't. Ricky's having a night off tonight. I thought I would just come on and talk for a little bit. Again, just kind of a nice, slow discussion tonight. Master Breeder Marathon. Can I come visit sometime Ryan Wayne. Our new breeding loft will be done by. Plus, you can click our facility. All right. Well, you fly me down and I'll come and give you a loft tour. How's that? Would you like that? I can come and do that. If you want Master Breeder Marathon, get in touch with me. The most expensive racing, well, you just get in contact with me and maybe we can get together. The most expensive pigeon, most expensive Armando, but some pigeons, they not good breeding, but pigeons racing machine not produce a champion. What's your opinion? You know what? I think so let's take Armando. Let's use him. Let's take him. I haven't looked at his pedigree. I don't know. He's super. The best. Let's look at his father, his mother. Let's see what they did. Okay? Well, let's drop down. Let's look at what the grandparents did. Let's drop down. Let's look what those great-grandparents did. The more green lights, good flyers, ace pigeons, national winners, super breeder, you see that in there. The odds of Armando producing, okay, if he doesn't produce, which if you spend 100 or 1.6 million or 1.2 million or 1.3 million on Armando, more than likely you're not going to fly his kids. So it's all down to, can his kids produce? And I'm pretty sure if you're buying Armando, you're going to put him with a super hen of the same value. I think if all those lights are green, I think you're going to be okay. But if Armando is a superstar, parents did nothing. Grandparents, very little or nothing. Great-grandparents, nothing. But he's a superstar. Well, he could be your Usain Bolt. He could be your 7-foot sprinter, 7-foot tall sprinter that we've never seen before. I didn't want to brag, but I said to Ryan that I would win the Olympiad again. And guys, I have it on camera. He did say this, and this is confidence, man. Do you know how many lofts try and do this? And he says not only has he done it once, but he's going to do it again. I like that. Yes, New Kim 1.9. I think it was 1.9. Was it 1.9 or 1.8? It doesn't matter. It was a hell of a lot of money. Campbell Strings had a lot of the Plant Brothers. I was at the Plant Lofts the same day as his visit. Well, that's cool. Or you can just call him Seabiscuit. There you go. Yeah. But again, I think horses are a little different than pigeons. I mean, hell, you breed horses. Shit, look how long it takes you to find anything out. Pigeons are different. I'm not going down that road. Very nice. Very, very nice. I was at Hoyman's there. It is a Absolute crazy loft. Crazy, crazy loft. I think that was that the nicest loft? Boy, I think it was the most modern loft. You know, wait till you guys see what's his name, Dan Rigo's loft. What a nice loft. Attention to detail. Most of you people will love it. You've seen the videos. What a nice setup. It's done right. Jan Hoyman is perfect. I mean, again, it's a commercial loft. It's meant for me when I go in. It's everything that you want to see and more. You know, they even have it so you can open the sliding doors and go out into the outside with the pigeon. If you want to look at the eye through the sun outside, you can take the pigeon. You can take $100,000 pigeon outside, and if you let it out, it doesn't go anywhere. I think those details are great, and it's good for selling. Yeah, they're very strong pigeons. The 083 was Campbell's best ever. She came from, yeah, there you go. Yes, it's an unbelievable loft. We will have some birds from Yan shortly. I'm sorry I'm late. Jordan, you don't have to apologize, my friend. Welcome to the show. Never apologize. Just be happy that you did make it. What do they say? Better late than never. You still get feed tonight. Don't worry. But I do like the Hoyman setup. I like the room, the guest room. You come in, you see the trophy, you see Harry. You go up the stairs, you see the whole thing, and it's something to look at how it's done, right? How he does it, you know what his thoughts are on it. So I like that. From a cockbird on the bull system, they can get 50 young birds out of one. Does not take a long to recoup the money. No, I think you're 100% right on that one. Here's a question for everyone. Here is a question. And I'm going to ask this, and I want you guys to throw it in. We're going to stay on here for just a little bit more, maybe another 10 minutes or so. If you had $100,000, okay, would you go buy, and this is for Premier League, this is for Alfred, this is for Rosedale, it's for all of you. Would you buy a cock or a hen? Flying record's the same. Everything is the same. It's identically the same pigeon. Cock, hen. Let's make it simple. Blue bars. Okay? Cock, hen. You tell me what you would do. No, the mother was already from 2015. Jesus, the father I received a lot of money for. I sold the complete package. Yes, you did. Van Loon stuff. They are still competitive very well. Yes. But I have children, sisters, and brothers. Yes, you do, Alfred. You do. Cock. Frank says a cock. I give you the money and you tell you to buy the best you can. Okay. Alfred says a woman. Alfred, come on, you're not playing right. What would you pick, Alfred? Yeah, what would I pick? A cock or a hen? Shit. I'll. What would I pick? Jeez. Mike Green says a cock. And everyone's saying a cock because you're going to bull. Hmm. Yeah. Maybe I'd say a cock. But I'd have to have really good hens. Cock? Okay. I'll tell you why. Okay. You tell me why. Now, okay, well, I probably should have said you have 5 good hens and you have 5 good cocks already at home. I don't know. You know what? You know, I think I would pick cock. Although, when you have do you get too pushy saying I'm gonna breed this cock to everything, but if you don't have the hens, what are you breeding them to? I don't know. Jeez, I'm torn here. I buy a female because a female give body structure. Yeah, hen off of the winning cock. Okay, I take both. I'd pick Wolverine and Olympic Henny. Yeah, there you go. You see, that's the thing. When you get to it, what do you pick? You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to pick a hen. I'm going to pick a hen. I'm going to pick a hen. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with less is more. With 100,000, you could buy 2 cocks and 4 hens. Fuck off, Premier. Yes, you could. Yeah, yeah. You could buy a $50,000 cock, and you could buy what was it? Five $10,000 hens. Yeah, maybe that's the best way. There you go. Oh, the 019 cock. Harry, Kleinenberg, Cannibal, all cocks. How many hens can you name? Oh, I don't know. We can name hens. Let's name them. I don't know. The question was if they put the cocks to all the hens. But if you don't have the hens, I don't know. Okay, let's say the question here. What do you think, Klein and Dirk, Cannibal? What do you think the worst hens he went to? You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. I don't know. No. You have to start your loft. You have no pigeons. Do you buy $100,000 cock or $100,000 hen? I guess you're gonna pick a cock. I should have said it. You have no pigeons. You have no pigeons. At least one thing with a $100,000 cock, you can breed them. Okay, we'll go with cock. Let's argue it. I pick 6. I pick 1,006 over Wolverine. Okay. Michael Peeler, howdy y'all. Humans. The stronger sex is a woman, and this is also the case in animals. Okay. Oh. The 2 most expensive pigeons ever bought was a hen and one was a cock, so I guess it does not matter to me. I don't know. Good breeding hens are harder to find than good breeding cocks. Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. The Golden Lady. There you go. Look at that. Premier League comes off the top rope. Thanks. If you enjoy, there you go. Golden Lady. I think it's just you know what? I think it's almost a hard question to answer. The highest pigeon was a cock. Yeah. And it was my least favorite pigeon. Okay, so the comments are kicking around. I think once it gets over about an hour and 15 minutes, it does that. I did want to just come on tonight and say hi to everyone. I will be on again this week, probably on Thursday or Friday. You'll see me back on. Please come on down to the Perth Amboys Racing Pigeon Club. We're going to try our best there. We're going to bring a super selection of these pigeons, and a big step for us here at Feathers Elite. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I want to thank the breeders that supported us and gave us the opportunity, and I want to thank the people that are going to put in the time to come and see us. We hope to make it a success, and we build from there. You guys, we had some good conversations tonight, but hey, thanks for flying with us, guys. I'm going to let you guys go. It is been a long day for me. I'm beat, I'm tired, and I still got lots of work to go. Thanks for flying with me, guys. I want you to have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you this week. Be safe, enjoy your pigeons, and good luck in Pattaya. Maybe you'll be a winner. Bye for now.